In 1.3 miles, turn right onto Old Highway 23.
Greg, and then you kind of just ease it down.
Okay.
That might have water in it.
Well,
So, you know, take the brakes off of it. You gotta lift them up. Pretty good. I can take feet off the brakes, I can't push it. But it's got good brakes, huh?
yeah.
As long as it's
Well, yours.
gonna bounce.
Pop, pop,
Not bad, huh?
No.
So those, you think those are okay?
Yeah, let me, okay.
Huh? Hey, hold it around.
Too easy.
It's easy to push with those big wheels.
Yeah.
You got a lot of leverage.
It really is. That thing came right on in.
That's just not.
Got a little story to tell, and I'm going to start with apologizing because I had this grand vision of how this was going to go, and it was going to be super cool, and it turned out to be kind of a whirlwind, and I kind of missed the opportunity to make this into a cool story. So instead of a cool story, I'm going to do a summary of my week at Goathead Farm. So my dad grew up on the farm in central Nebraska, and when he was a young boy, his dad, see, he needs to tell the story, but I'm telling the story, so it's probably wrong, but it's going to go this way. He was 12 years old-ish, and to kind of introduce him into running the tractors, he got a John Deere Model B. Not sure what year it was, and there's a chance it's still back on the farm, but he doesn't have access to that place anymore. The likelihood it's still there is pretty slim, but that would be a super cool story, and maybe someday I'll go back there and look for it because I know where he grew up. So one day, a friend of his called and said, "Hey, Gene, there's a Model B John Deere for sale at this auction." And my dad said, go ahead and bid on it. And according to my dad, they got it for $200. And from there, my dad asked some of the local mechanics to kind of do a light restoration on the tractor, get it running, clean it up, make it look nice. And so they did. And that was, by our estimates, 17 years ago. Year and a half ago or so, Molly and I bought this property in Nebraska, and after talking about it with my dad for a little bit, he thought it'd be pretty cool to go grab my tractor and take it to your farm, which I obviously loved to hear. So we've been planning to go get it for, I don't feel like it's been a year, but time goes so fast now. It's probably been 3, but I'm going to say it's been 7 or 8 months, but I don't know. So we've been trying to do it, and my mom's not in great shape, and we needed to kind of coordinate the whole trip. And a couple weeks ago, we were going to go, and something came up that we couldn't. So this week, and not that it matters, but we are getting towards the end of September 2023. So Fall's coming, it's still great weather and plenty of opportunity to do things like go for a road trip and pick up a old restored tractor. So my dad drove out on, days don't matter because it's a video, but my dad drove out, and the following day we went for, so my farm is about, it's a 4-hour drive straight through if you don't stop anywhere, but it's typically 4.5, 5 hours. So he did 4.5 hours, spent the night in the back of his Ford Explorer. My dad's 89 years old, so to do that to me says a lot. It's awesome that he can pull that off because he's a farmer. Farmers are tough, in case you didn't know. So following day we got up extremely early and hit the road. We took the back roads, stayed off the main highways, which was fine with me. I don't like highways. Pulled the trailer to where the tractor was being stored, and we picked it up. I had no idea until this summer what the tractor even was. I had asked what year it was and was never even really certain until we went to get it, but my dad did say that there was no starter on it, that it had a hand crank. So I was thinking it was late 30s, early 40s. Wasn't sure that it was a John Deere B. So we got the tractor, and I really wanted to spend some time in the town maybe and check things out, but it was a long drive, and we had a really cool idea for a drive home. Some of the cool old things in that town have changed, and we decided, hey, let's go home a different way and check out some other cool towns, and that's what we did. Turned out to be a fantastic, even if we didn't get the tractor, it was a great trip. The drive there and the drive back, and spending the time with my dad in the car and just doing a long road trip on Nebraska country roads is all I need. So it was great. Getting the tractor on the trailer went perfectly, and pulling it home after making a couple adjustments to the position of the tractor on the trailer went very well, and a little bit longer drive home than there, but we got home just before sunset and left the tractor on the trailer for the night, went to bed, and the next morning got off of the trailer and began to kind of dig into it. Turns out there were several problems, but let me introduce you to the tractor, and I will tell you again, this will be my second apology. I didn't document anything with the work we did. I might have taken a few photos, which I'll try to interject here and there, but pretty piss poor documenting. But like I typically do, this is going to be an introduction to this tractor, and as we go through it and get it working, it shouldn't take much, but if it does, I promise from now on I'm going to document whatever we do. It's got carburetor issues, it's got magneto issues. Beyond that, shouldn't have any issues. We do want to try to use this tractor to potentially mow the yard and mow the property out here with a brush hog. So we're looking into that, and other than that, she's pretty good. But so this is a tractor my dad bought that is very similar. I would love to say it was his old tractor, but this is a tractor that he bought in an auction for $200, and he put an undisclosed amount of money into it to get it cleaned up. And it looks beautiful. To me, it looks like someone just bought the thing. So it's a 1941 John Deere B. I don't know any of the variations on them, but I don't know if a 41 had these disc wheels or the spoke wheels. I've seen them with the spoke wheels, but I think that it should have these disc wheels. Not a whole lot going on back here. It does have a PTO, but there's no, I guess they call it a triple point with the hydraulic lift. So we need to figure out, I'm not sure if we can mow with this thing or not, but hopefully we can. I'm going to say, since we're back here, my favorite part of the tractor is how they cast John Deere into the rear axle housing. Well, it's going to be a short, boring video because this thing is just in too good a shape. But it's got a 2-cylinder. It's got this guy to run a belt on. We need to change this pad. Obviously, it was digging into here. We had this completely, well, we had the cap off trying to set the points. We cannot get spark out of it. I got a couple sparks, one through the tip of my finger from the coil, and the other I did get a spark when I went straight from the coil to here. But other than that, we cannot get the thing to spark, and it was leaking fuel, gasoline specifically. So we took this all apart and cleaned it up and put some silicone gasket on here to try to seal that. So that was kind of a day. The magneto was a day. Getting it off the trailer and cleaning it up was a day. We flushed the radiator out. We made sure it had oil in it, and that's kind of it. Can't wait for my dad to come back out. I'm going to try really hard not to touch this or do anything to it. When he comes back out, we're thinking about buying a magneto rebuild kit. Watch, it's going to start. Pop, 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 pop. We cannot get it to start. We're getting gas in this cylinder, which might be normal. We don't know. So we're trying to figure things out. I'm not a tractor guy. I'm hoping to learn from this and get this thing going. That would make my dad extremely happy to hop on this thing and take it for a cruise. So welcome the 1941 John Deere Model B to the stable, and hopefully we can go for a drive soon. All right. That is it for now, guys. I got way more out of that than I thought I would, so hopefully that wasn't too boring. Hopefully you're excited about this tractor. Maybe someday I'll get a red tractor to park next to it. See you guys.